It's been a long time coming from the SC, South Carolina, baby. Sometimes it feels like the world is against me, 'cause I'm coming from SC, from heartache and pain, struggle and strain, trying to maintain for the SC. So mama, don't worry, I'ma make my dreams happen.
Word definition of the day: airbrush is a small air-operated tool that atomizes and sprays various media, most often paint, but also ink and dye, and foundation. Spray painting developed from the airbrush and is considered to employ a type of airbrush. Make sure to check out the Did You Know? Hi guys, welcome to the TheNailJeanieSC. How are you? I hope you are well and your family is doing well. Do me a favor, if you don't mind, hit that subscribe and like button for me, and let's get into today's video. So guys, today is day one of a nice week full of airbrushing. So this week, I'm not even going to lie to you guys. This week, we're going to do 4 days of airbrushing. And then the last day is going to be a haul video I need to get out. But we're going to make use of the 4 days that we have doing this airbrushing. So guys, the first video today, we're going to be talking about the parts of this airbrush machine, or part identification of this airbrush machine that I purchased. And I purchased this airbrush machine off of Amazon, and I will leave it down in the description box below for you guys if you're interested in going over and purchasing it for yourself. Excuse me guys, I'm sorry. So this item here is one out of 3 of the bottles that goes on top of the trigger, or the trigger. These are the cups that you would use to put your fluids, your your airbrush paints or your gel polishes in, with your parts water or parts acetone mix. And the majority of the cup that I normally use is this gold cup here, because I have not mastered the form of airbrushing yet, or the art of airbrushing yet. So yeah. This is a rechargeable airbrush machine. So you have the battery charging hole, which I showed you. And then you have the switch machine. And this machine has 3 settings. So you have the low, medium, and fast speed setting on this machine. You just click the trigger button, click the switch. The first switch is the low pressure. The second switch is the medium pressure, and the third click would be your high pressure on the machine. So you have 3 trigger, or 3 different speeds on your airbrush machine, on this airbrush machine. And so now I'm going to show you guys the trigger, or the what they call the handle. So I am going to show you all of the parts. So that first part is the needle cap and nozzle cap. So here I've taken off the needle and nozzle cap, And then I'm showing you all the fluid nozzle. So that's where your pressure or the air comes out, and or paint and or gel comes out of the airbrush machine. And then the cup is called your gravity fluid cup. And then you have your trigger here, which is your ergonomic trigger. And then the airbrush body here. And then you have your compressor connection. So your compressor connection is the part that connects to your compressor. You also have your needle chucking nut, which is this part here that I'm pulling off. Then you have your needle, which is this part here. The handle is the gold part, and then the fluid control knob is that back silver piece. So that is the parts to the airbrush machine here that I'm showing you guys. And the needle, guys, you can replace the needle. You can also make sure, and the one most important part is to always make sure once you're finished with your airbrushing and using your gel or acetone mix or even your airbrush paints, that you make sure that the needle is clean. And sometime in this video, either today or tomorrow's video, I will be showing you guys how I break the machine down and clean it after each use. That way nothing gets stuck in the machine. It does not cause my machine to clog up, where when I am pressing the trigger pulling the trigger back to get the fluid to come out, it's not stuck. Now, this manual that I have also tells you how to use your airbrush machine. It also tells you how to charge it, how to clean it, the do's and the don'ts, the using tips, airbrush problems and solutions, and the trigger depressed for air but airbrush sprays paint, off-center spatter pattern, spattering and pour spraying, spidering spray pattern, bubble appear in the gravity cup, I'm glad I seen that, because I had that happen, and you guys will see it maybe in the third video, but never understood why that was happening. And then troubleshooting. So it has everything you need to know about your airbrush machine, guys. And I have read over this manual, and I keep it with me at all times, because yeah, it's definitely needed for somebody like me who never used the airbrush machine to do gel paint or any type of paint before. I used to have an airbrush machine for makeup, but it wasn't this big. Of course, it's never going to be this big. And it wasn't like this one, but it was similar. The nozzle was similar. So you get a lot of different things in your airbrush tool kit or kits. You get the airbrush paint little brushes. You get these brushes here to clean your machine, and that little tool to open up that compressor part of your machine if you need to. You get these other things to clean into where that nozzle is at. You can push that in there and clean and make sure nothing is in there, as well as your little dropper, and you get a little stirrer stick to stir your product with. So you get a lot of things. You're definitely going to need, for me today, we're using airbrush paint. So, or we're using water paints. I don't really need all of that water. I'm just going to take a drop of that water. And to really think about it, guys, after today, I think after you see everything that happens today, I'm thinking that I don't need the water at all. Because my paints are actually water based. And I think that's where I'm going wrong. I think I need the paint. I'm thinking I need the water, but I really don't think I need the water. I think that's what's diluting my color. But we'll see. And y'all will see. And also, I purchased some stencils because you're definitely going to need some type of stencils. I really want the vinyl stencils, or these are the vinyl stencils. I mean, like the hard plastic stencils. I think that's what they call. I really want those because sometimes I feel like with these sticky back vinyl stencils, I'm not getting what I want from the stencil. So you can use these two ways, and you guys will see. We're going to play with one of them. We're going to play with a few of them today. But yeah, I just gotta practice more, guys. Really, it's a matter of just keep trying and keep doing what you're doing and get better at it. This was not an easy process. I purchased the things I need, but just because you purchase the things you need don't mean you know how to use them. So yeah. This is going to be a learning process for me and for you guys. Hopefully, you'll learn the things not to do. So when you purchase your airbrush machine, you'll be able to get right to it. You'll remember the things that Jeannie did and say, hey, yeah, no, don't do that. And I'm going to tell you guys where I'm messing up at, so you guys know not to do that with your airbrush machine. But, of course, it's our trial and error. We're going to learn together. So these are some of the watercolor paints that I purchased. And I think I purchased these, guys, at a Five Below here in my area. And then I purchased this 12 color airbrush. These are airbrush paints for the airbrush machine. I purchased these off of Amazon. And I have showed you guys these in a previous haul video. So I'm going to grab the white out of the box. And all of these are primary colors in this box. And a few secondary colors in here. And you can, if you know your color wheel, your secondary or tertiary colors. And, what colors make what colors, guys. You can do all kinds of things with these paints. You can make all kinds of colors if you know how to put your colors together. I know when I was in elementary school, you learn about your primary colors, and they make the secondary colors and the tertiary colors. And so, yeah. You don't forget those things along the way if you take art during school or whatever. But as you get older, some things still, they miss you a little bit. And you forget, so you can always Google it, or you can go out to Amazon and purchase you a color wheel, and that will help you when mixing colors. I'm gonna take these French markers, and I'm just gonna use, I think, 1 or 2 today. I'm not sure, maybe 1, because if I wanted to do 5 fingers, guys, you see I had already prepped 5 fingers. But after doing 1 or 2, So, yeah. When I say this week's challenge, this was a challenge this week. I'll tell you, y'all got me this week. You got me. But I'd rather get it behind me so we can circle back to it later than to just keep putting it off. So I'm glad you guys voted. I'm glad you guys voted for airbrush. Y'all took me out of my comfort zone and put me in the line of fire. And by the end of the week, guys, I'm going to feel much, much better than I do today. I can tell you that. And I'm going to be excited to try it again. But today, today, yeah, no, I'm glad I'm not a quitter, because, yeah, today would have been a quitting day. I'm just saying. Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm just telling y'all, this was rough. This was rough, okay? But we're going to play with it. We're going to see what it does. And I'm going to tell you guys all of the things that I did that I shouldn't have done. Like this part right here. I should have just poured that paint into that little gold cup and then start spraying. This paint already told me that this is airbrush paint. And I did not have to dilute it with water. I just did it anyway. There is instructions on the back of the box. See how it flows? It already have water in it. It don't need any water from me. But yeah, Miss Thing here, she just go ahead and stick some water in there and make it even more watery. So you guys gonna see. But yeah, when you purchase anything that's water based, guys, it already have water in it. It's already mixed good enough for you to just use it. Just use it. My daughter, she been on me like, Mama, what are you doing? That's not how you do that. So I need to listen more. Stop thinking I know everything. Because I don't. Alright, so this is mistake number 1 I'm doing right here. And I just want you guys to know, if you purchase airbrush paints for the airbrush machine, and that's what these are, it says for airbrush machines, you don't need to add any more water or liquid to it. It's liquidy enough and it'll work for you. But it still was it was fun to, this learning process is always fun. It's always fun to learn what you should not do, because it's going to make things better for you later on. If I always knew everything, then, it's no fun in learning. So, yeah. I'm going to make you guys laugh a little bit this week. I'm going to laugh at myself a lot this week. But, yeah. We're going to learn together. Now, as you see, I still have my cap on my airbrush machine. I done turned the airbrush machine on. I'm like, why is it not spraying? Well, I realized I still have the cap on. Make sure you remove the cap from the nozzle. Okay? Alright, guys. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to let you guys see what I'm doing here. And, yeah, I'm going to let you listen to some music. And I'll come back when I feel the need to come back. And I like to put my hand in front of that nozzle to make sure. And really, you don't have to do that when you're doing it with airbrushing. You only need to press your hand against that nozzle when you're cleaning your airbrush machine. So that was mistake number 2. Okay? Just so y'all know. Here I'm just taking a paper towel and I'm spraying it and making sure that the color coming out. And on the paper towel, it looks great, right? It looks good coming out on the paper towel. But yeah. Alright, guys. I just want to thank you all for the support to my channel. I truly appreciate you all very much. If you are here and have not subscribed, go ahead if you would and hit that subscribe and like button. I would love to have you a part of my YouTube family as well as my YouTube journey. Guys, go ahead and turn your post notifications on so you'll be notified every time I upload a video. As I stated, this week is a series of airbrushing and we just going to keep playing until we get it right. I'm not going to give up on you guys. Please don't give up on me. Just know that we are learning together and this is trial and error and we'll get there. Eventually, we'll be pros at airbrushing, right? Right. Alright, guys. Enjoy some music and I'll be back. Did you know the ideal airbrush system for nail art are designed for gravity-fed paint, which uses gravity to pull the paint into the airbrush? All airbrush machines consist of three basic parts: the handle, air hose, and compressor. Guys, by the end of the week, we'll know a lot about airbrush machines. I have my chapter ready. I'm going to give you information every day about how what part is used for what. And yeah, we're going to all know a lot about airbrushing by the end of this series, guys. I hope you all enjoyed this. I hope you learned a ton from it, learned some do's and a whole lot of don'ts. And yeah, and when we circle back, we'll be ready to do it, and it'll turn out fabulous. Alright, guys, so here I'm just taking I had put on the bear stencil. I wanted to try the bear stencil. I had used a white base, and then I went back over it and wanted to use this brown color, but I don't know. It kind of muted it a lot. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. But, I mean, we were just playing around. It was nothing particular. It was not a set that I was doing. I was just had some nails I wanted to practice on. I hadn't got to the place where I felt confident enough to create a set. But by the end of the week, we'll be confident enough to try 5 nails to create a set. Alright, guys, I'm going to let you guys enjoy the rest of this video. And, yeah, I'll come back. Am I going to come back? Let me think. So, let me just say, here where I took off the marker, with the airbrush paint, I had to let the nails sit for about 10 minutes and then go over it again with another coat. Now, I should have left this alone, but of course I wanted to play a little bit, and what I should have done was put another marker between the white and where I wanted to put the brown, and then I could have saw something that I really wanted to see. But of course, yeah, sometimes I can't leave well enough alone. But looking back at it now, I know what I could have done different, or what should have done different to make it all just look, ombre-ish like. But I'm still learning, and I'm just trying to, just play around and see what works and what don't work. So I'm learning the things that work and don't work. But as you could tell, it's a lot of splatter. So you want to, this is something you have to learn, and I don't think that, because every airbrush machine is different, so I don't think it's something that can be taught. It's something you have to learn. But this is when you mess with your nozzle in the back where it controls the spray, which is called your fluid control knob. This is when you mess with the fluid control knob to get the paint coming out the way you want to. Now, the one thing I can say after day 1 is I had kept it on the lowest speed, and I should have put it on the medium speed. And with the higher the speed, the better the fluidity I think coming out of the airbrush machine when it's going on to the nail. The closer you are, the darker the pigment will get on the nail, and the further back you are, the lighter it is. So I guess when you start in like an ombre nail or somewhat, you want to start close and then pull back a little bit so you can get that ombre effect. I am gonna try that. I think on tomorrow's set, tomorrow's nails, I am gonna try that. But I can't tell y'all if it came out right or not. I'm not going to spoil it. But, yeah. So, as you see, airbrushing can get a little messy. And my OCD, guys, is just off the chain. So, of course, I'm going to clean out this machine. And after I finish cleaning out the machine, I was tired. I was like, I don't want to do no more. I'm done for the day. And so, guys, this is how the nails came out. My little bear, you could see it with the stencil, but the one on the top was kind of muted. You see the little splotches in the French nail design. Yeah, it was just a hot mess. But we will circle back tomorrow, guys. I want to say thank you all for watching. Please don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Follow me over on all of my socials at TheNailJeanieSC. And guys, I will see you all in tomorrow's video. Bye.